Hello, today I am going to introduce the concept of shifting of ice curve in neoclassical model. Here we will be discussing about the shifting of ice curve in the neoclassical model. There are number of lectures given by me in my previous periods. There are ISLM model, there are flow equilibrium concept, lecture on flow equilibrium concepts, stock equilibrium concepts, Keynesian ISLM model, as well as the neoclassical model of ISLM. All these lectures you can find in the description box. So today I will be spreading some light on the shifting of ice curve in neoclassical model. Look, here the diagram, the figure represents the shifting of ice curve and two-sector model. It is a neoclassical understanding. Okay, you must remember it is a neoclassical understanding. Now, look, along the vertical axis, we measure the interest rate, and along the horizontal axis, we measure the real output. Okay. Now, as you know, the ice curve is the locus of all the combination of real income and interest rate that makes the goods market in equilibrium, and LM curve represents all the combinations. All the combination, LM curve actually is a locus of all the combination of real output and interest rate that makes the money market in equilibrium. Okay, so it is known to you. So today we will try to spread some light on the shifting of ice curve. Look, this is the initial equilibrium. This is the initial equilibrium. This is the initial ice curve, and this is the initial LM curve. Okay, we start from here. Look, goods market is in equilibrium this point, in this point. Goods market is in equilibrium, and here is the full employment output curve, supply curve is a full employment supply curve, and there is a equilibrium price level, that is the P0, which makes the money market in equilibrium, that intersects this point. So this point represents the goods market as well as the money market equilibrium. Okay, at price level P0. At price level P0. Now, suppose the investment increases, consumption increases. So ice curve shifts up. Ice curve shifts up. And the new ice curve is IS1. The new ice curve is IS1. This one, new ice curve is IS1. Now, the new equilibrium point is here. New equilibrium point is here. Because there is full employment, there is no chance of increasing real output. There is only scope of increasing price. Price is flexible in the neoclassical model. Price is flexible in the neoclassical model. So So there is only chance of increasing price. So what happens if ice curve shifts up? Then we get this point, and this is the goods market equilibrium point. But to have money market in equilibrium, LM curve should be LM1. Why? Why? Because as investment increases, therefore aggregate demand increases. As investment increases, aggregate demand increases. Aggregate demand, aggregate demand increases. As aggregate demand increases, price level increases. Okay? As price level increases, the real money supply MS by price level will decrease. Okay, so the LM curve will shift up. So the new equilibrium in the money market is also this point, but at the price level P1. But at the price level P1. But this increase in the price level, that is the P1, increases the interest rate. That is the new interest rate is I1. New interest rate is I1. Now, as the new interest rate is I1, now there is a disincentive effect. Okay, investment will fall. Investment will fall as the interest rate is high, so there is a tendency to decrease the investment. So ice curve will shift towards the origin. Suppose now this is the ice curve, and now it is this ice curve will shift towards the origin as because the interest rate is high. Okay, as because interest rate is high, so it will shift towards the origin. So now the new ice curve will be IS0, this IS0, this IS0 curve, this IS0 curve. Okay, so and LM curve is this, and so this is the new equilibrium where output is less than the full employment output, where real output is less than the full employment output. Okay, now as the aggregate demand is less than is AD, that is the aggregate demand, as aggregate demand falls here from this point to this point, okay, as aggregate demand falls as because of high interest rate, so there is a tendency to decline the price level. That is, the price level will fall. As the price level fall, so money supply, that is the real money supply, MS by P, will increase. Okay, will increase. So money supply will increase. So LM curve will shift rightward. LM curve will shift rightward from LM1 to LM0. From LM1 to LM0. Okay. Now the price level is P0. Okay. So we get the new equilibrium point. This point. This is the equilibrium point. Here is the difference between the Keynesian concept and the neoclassical concept. In the neoclassical concept, there is a flexible price level, but price is rigid in the Keynesian case. So from this point to this point, we can go through changing the price level as far as the neoclassical model is concerned. But in case of Keynesian model, from this the economy will stuck in this point. Will stuck in this point because of rigidity in the price level. Okay, if there is a high interest rate and ice curve shift down, so this point will be equilibrium in the goods market. So this is the basic difference between the Keynesian concept and the neoclassical concept. So I hope you got the point and you have a better understanding over the shifting of ice curve and the two-sector model especially in the neoclassical model. Okay, thank you. Thank you for enjoying my lecture.